Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, Illuminating Your Path. I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
Together we bridge celestial wisdom and quantum truths.
To unlock your modern path through Kronos' buried fears.
We'll discover starlight insights that root your child's resilience.
And explore cosmic tides, reshaping your home's emotional bedrock.
Today we're embarking on, well, a really profound deep dive. It's into something incredibly personal and powerful, how the echoes of your family's past, what we often call ancestral wounds, can actually be transformed.
Transformed into strength, yeah, strength for your child's future.
Exactly. And it's all about a specific point in your astrological chart. You might know it. It's called the IC, or the fourth house cusp. We're going to explore how your IC sign specifically can help you, well, unswallow Kronos' fear. That sounds intense, I know.
It does, but it's about transforming those deep ancestral patterns, turning them into seeds of healing.
Especially by how you hold your child's tears, how you respond in those moments.
That's key.
And this isn't just theory, right? We want to give you practical applications you can bring into your life, like right now.
Absolutely. All aimed at unearthing the roots of resilience within your own family.
It's really about understanding that the very foundation of your being your home, your deepest roots, that family lineage holds challenges, yes, but also this immense potential for a profound transformation.
Right. It's like a map, really. A map to creating a more secure and emotionally rich future for you and your family.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Starting with the profound mythological and archetypal roots. These foundations are so important.
You really are.
We're going to begin with the roots of resilience, Kronos, Gaia, and the buried seeds of family healing. It sounds dramatic, and I guess it is, but it reveals so much.
It really does. The ancient Greeks, they have this incredible wisdom. Their narratives just echo these universal human experiences. And the story of Kronos, who we know as Saturn in astrology, it's particularly potent for what we're talking about today.
Right.
Driven by this deep, deep fear, Kronos tragically swallowed his own children, just consumed.
Wow.
But it was Gaia, the Earth Mother, who intervened. She bravely hid Zeus in her sacred cave. And this cave, astrologically speaking, it represents the primal fourth house.
Ah, okay. The home base?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The deepest core of our home, our roots, those often hidden emotional foundations we inherit.
Right.
And what's truly fascinating here is how this ancient myth just illuminates a fundamental truth for us. As parents, we often, maybe unwittingly, inherit what we might call swallowed traumas.
Swallowed traumas.
The unresolved fears, the unexpressed pains, maybe even unconscious control patterns passed down through generations.
Yeah.
And your IC, the cusp of your fourth house, marks precisely where you have the opportunity to unearth these deep family wounds.
So it's like a starting point.
It's a chance.
Yeah.
Chance to process them, not just for your own healing, which is huge, but to actively free your child's future from carrying that same ancestral burden. It's really a point of profound reckoning and liberation.
That's such a vivid image, unearthing these buried fears, like digging up old treasures maybe, or perhaps old burdens sometimes.
Both, often.
To transform them. And what's so compelling is how these ancient stories, they aren't just isolated Greek myths, are they? You're saying they echo universal truths across different cultures. Is this really a global pattern?
Oh, absolutely. It's remarkable how these themes of ancestral burdens and their impact, how they resonate across cultures worldwide. So, for instance, in the Greek tradition, Kronos' fear directly represents these inherited control patterns or anxieties manifesting as rigid family structures.
Right.
But then you look to the Vedic tradition from ancient India, and you find the concept of Pitru Rin, ancestral debt.
Ancestral debt, like literally.
Not usually literal money debt, no. It's more like karmic obligations or unresolved issues inherited from one's forefathers.
Right.
And these can specifically impact areas linked to the fourth house in your chart.
It's like home, family. Yeah.
Exactly. Home, family harmony, even the well-being of children sometimes.
Yeah.
This concept really underscores the deep interconnectedness between generations. The idea that our present challenges might have roots way back.
Wow.
And these cultural perspectives, they just show us that this journey, understanding and transforming our family's story, it's a truly universal human experience. It's not just one culture's idea.
It really highlights how these aren't just old tales. They're like deep psychological maps that apply to all of us. So here's where it gets really interesting for me. bringing in the astrological foundations. So they give us a concrete map for this journey, right?
Exactly, a framework.
So how do these celestial placements actually function? Like, what are the core mechanics for this kind of healing?
Okay, so when we delve into the core mechanics, the sign on your IC and its planetary ruler are paramount. They're number one.
Okay.
They illuminate your emotional inheritance. They offer clues about the patterns you've absorbed from your early home, your family environment. Well, for example, if you have a Cancer IC, it might indicate a deep sensitivity, maybe a legacy of emotional nurturing. Or, conversely, perhaps challenges within that matrilineal lineage,
Like how?
like nurturing that was maybe stifled or maybe overexpressed, kind of smothering, creating a legacy of emotional insecurity either way.
I see.
And beyond that core foundation, we look at specific planetary placements. If you have what's called Chiron in your fourth house, for instance,
Chiron, the wounded healer.
that's the one. It often points to this deep underlying feeling of not quite belonging within your family. Sometimes it's called the orphan wound in astrology.
The orphan wound. That sounds heavy.
It can be. It can manifest as this profound sense of being emotionally unrooted or maybe overlooked in childhood. And it suggests a lifelong journey to heal that core wound of acceptance within your lineage.
Okay.
And then there are specific planetary relationships or aspects like Saturn-Neptune. These are particularly potent. They highlight this dynamic tension between rigidity, structure, that's Saturn, and dissolution, maybe confusion or sacrifice, that's Neptune, in parenting.
Rigidity versus dissolution.
Yeah, imagine trying to build a secure structure on quicksand.
Wow.
There's this longing for stability and safety, the Saturn part, but a simultaneous experience of emotional fluidity, confusion, maybe even self-sacrifice, the Neptune part, within the family system.
So how does that show up?
It can manifest as parents who, really struggle to set clear emotional boundaries. Or maybe they feel completely overwhelmed by the emotional currents swirling around in their home.
Building boundaries on quicksand, that's such a powerful image for what so many people experience. It paints a really clear picture of how challenging that can be.
It really can.
So when we talk about bringing in a quantum lens, how does that help us stabilize something that feels so fluid, so Neptune-like? How do we move from just understanding this dynamic in our chart to actually feeling a shift, transforming it?
That's an excellent question. And it's really where the quantum lens comes into play.
Yeah.
It helps us understand that Saturn's gravity anchors Neptune's oceanic grief.
Okay, unpack that a bit.
It means that the very structures and patterns, the Saturn part, that hold the past sorrows and the generational emotional pain, the Neptune part, can, through conscious embodied work, be transformed.
Embodied work, like in the body.
Exactly. Somatic rituals, things that directly engage the body, are key here. They don't just acknowledge the grief intellectually. They literally help turn those oceanic tides of emotion into fertile soil within your own being.
Wow, turning tides into fertile soil.
By grounding these inherited experiences in the body, we can release those held tensions and create new, healthier foundations. And, this isn't actually a new concept. Historically, we see parallels in the work of someone like Carl Jung. Astrologers have linked aspects in his own birth chart, like a Moon-Mercury square, to this concept of unspoken maternal traumas echoing in speech disorders. Yeah. It suggests how deeply our early emotional environment, often shaped by the mother figure, can manifest in seemingly unrelated physical or communicative challenges.
Yeah.
It highlights that profound mind-body connection in inherited patterns.
That's a fascinating connection to Jung's own chart. It really shows how these patterns aren't just abstract ideas. They can literally shape our bodies and how we communicate. So what does all of this mean for us, like day to day? And are there global perspectives on this healing journey that can guide us?
Yes, and this is precisely where diverse wisdom traditions really converge to give us truly actionable insights. And it's quite beautiful, actually.
Okay.
When we talk about a Western Vedic fusion, for instance, we can compare the tropical fourth house in Western astrology, which focuses heavily on childhood home security, the foundational emotional environment,
Right.
with the Vedic Bhava 4 in the sidereal system. Now, they use different calculations, but both speak powerfully to the home, the mother figure, our deep roots.
So similar themes.
Very similar themes. And Vedic traditions, for example, offer specific Pitru dosha remedies. These are aimed at clearing that ancestral karma we talked about, the kind that can manifest as challenges related to home or family harmony, even issues with having children.
Interesting. Remedies.
And while the moon is consistently seen as the mother archetype in Western astrology, representing our emotional needs, nurturing experiences, in Vedic astrology, Chandra, the moon, similarly represents the karmic matriarchy. It's like the energetic blueprint inherited from the maternal lineage that profoundly shapes our emotional landscape. So different maps maybe, but leading to very similar truths about where we come from emotionally.
It's incredible how these different systems arrive at such similar truths about our deepest connections.
Yeah.
Are there specific practitioner insights that really bridge these worlds, like concrete day-to-day advice for us?
Absolutely. Concrete examples really bring this to life. Take Keiko Oikawa. She's a practitioner in Tokyo.
Mhm.
She notes that Taurus IC children need physical anchors, weighted blankets, clay play.
Why is that specifically for Taurus IC?
Because a Taurus IC child is very grounded, very sensory. They need
Mhm.
tangible connection and security. So a weighted blanket provides that deep pressure, that containment they crave. And clay play offers a tactile, creative outlet to process emotions through their hands, physically. It's about grounding them in their physical reality.
That makes so much sense. Physical anchors for an earth sign IC.
Exactly. And another incredibly practical insight comes from Ayurveda. For a Vata, IC Vata tends to be airy, prone to anxiety, easily ungrounded.
Right.
A warm oil massage before bedtime is highly recommended. This practice, called Abhyanga, it calms the nervous system, provides deep nourishment, and helps to root the individual, especially children. It allows for more secure emotional regulation and, frankly, better sleep.
Ah, Afyanga, yes. That sounds lovely.
These are small things, yeah. But they can be profoundly impactful interventions that honor a child's unique energetic blueprint and help address those ancestral Vata patterns, perhaps of anxiety or flightiness.
These insights really underscore the diverse, actionable wisdom available, bridging ancient practices with modern understanding of a child's needs. It's not just what we know, but how we apply it. Right?
Precisely.
So let's talk about how this literally shows up in our bodies and across our development. What are some of the body connections we might observe from these inherited patterns?
Our bodies often hold the unspoken narrative of our ancestral wounds, sometimes quite literally. It's fascinating.
Like how?
For example, individuals with Mars in the fourth house. Mars is energy, assertiveness.
Right, action, maybe conflict.
Yeah. They might find themselves experiencing jaw tension during family arguments. It's common. Mars in the house of home and family can indicate suppressed anger or unresolved conflicts within that family system.
Okay, so what can you do?
A powerful somatic release technique for this is actually tongue-to-palate presses to discharge rage.
Really, just pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth.
It's a subtle movement, but it helps to release tension in the jaw and neck, offering a physical outlet for that pent-up frustration or energy.
Wow, okay. What else?
Well, for those with moon Chiron aspects, which, as we said, often signify deep emotional wounding related to the mother or early nurturing, heart chakra breathwork is incredibly beneficial.
Heart chakra.
Yeah. Imagine breathing emerald green light directly into old family photos.
Oh, that's a beautiful image.
It helps to energetically transmute past pain into compassion and healing, not just for you, but for your entire lineage. It's a way to mend those core wounds right at the heart level.
Breathing emerald light into the past, truly transforming it. And this isn't just about immediate physical sensations, is it? It plays out over our entire developmental arc. How do these ancestral patterns shape us through different life stages?
Precisely. It's a lifelong journey, really. If we look at developmental stages, the age 0-7, often considered the moon phase in developmental astrology, is absolutely critical, foundational. During this time, the IC sign significantly shapes a child's foundational attachment style. Think about it. A child with a naturally nurturing Cancer IC will develop a different attachment style from one with a more independent Aries IC, for example.
Right, different needs.
Completely different needs. Understanding this helps us, as caregivers, to support their innate needs much more effectively, rather than imposing our own expectation.
And later.
Then we arrive at the Saturn return, typically around age 29, give or take. This pivotal period isn't just about adulting. It's profoundly about parenting your inner child alongside your actual child.
Ah, yes, that connection.
It's when the lessons from your own early home life, your ancestral patterns, your personal healing journey, they all come into sharp focus. Often, the challenges of parenting your physical child mirror the unresolved needs of your own inner child.
So it becomes a cycle.
A powerful, ongoing cycle of healing and growth. It's this dynamic interplay between your past and your present parenting.
That's so insightful, how the journey of parenting our children also becomes the journey of parenting ourselves. It truly highlights the power of these physical and developmental insights. This raises an important question, though. What can we actually do with this knowledge? Give us some tangible, actionable steps.
Okay, yes, this is where we shift into the truly interactive and actionable tools. Let's get practical.
Perfect.
For an immediate connection, something you can do right after listening, try this journal prompt. Where does your IC sign clash with your child's moon sign?
Ooh, interesting comparison.
Yeah, and then write a letter from your 8-year-old self to them.
From my 8-year-old self, why?
It helps you tap into your own childhood experiences and emotional needs from that time. It fosters empathy and understanding for your child's emotional world, especially where there might be friction based on those astrological placements.
I like that. Okay, what else?
For a ritual blueprint, I highly recommend trying a new moon in Cancer ancestor meal.
Okay, tell me more.
On the new moon in Cancer, Cancer rules the 4th house, home, family cook a family recipe, something that holds sentimental value. Set places at the table for 3 generations. Yourself, your parents or ancestors, and your children, even if only symbolically. And as you prepare and eat, whisper blessings into rosemary sprigs. Rosemary is for remembrance and clarity, inviting healing energy for your entire lineage.
That sounds incredibly powerful and connective.
It can be very moving. And for an embodiment exercise, something physical.
Yeah.
Try parent-child rooting yoga.
Rooting yoga?
Yeah. Practice synchronized tree poses, barefoot, ideally on actual soil if you can. The IC is literally about grounding. Doing this together creates a physical and energetic connection to the earth and to each other. It strengthens that foundational bond, especially when your family roots feel a bit shaky or need conscious tending.
Those are wonderfully specific and heartfelt ideas. They feel so tangible. Do you have maybe a case study, a real-world example of how this plays out and how these solutions can bring harmony, especially in a tricky parenting dynamic?
Yes, definitely. Let's look at a common scenario, one I see variations of quite often. Imagine a Gemini mom. Her IC is Mercury ruled.
Okay, talkative, mental.
Exactly. She naturally processes trauma and emotions through talking, discussing, analyzing everything. Needs to verbalize. Now she has a Taurus child with a Venus-ruled IC. Very different energy.
Grounded, sensory, maybe slower paced.
Precisely. And this child tends to shut down and retreat during mom's emotional debriefs. They need quiet stability, not intense verbal processing.
I can see the clash.
Right. The mom's need to talk through everything can easily overwhelm the child's need for stable, physical security and quiet processing time. It's a classic mismatch.
So how do you bridge that astrologically?
Well, one astrological solution is to utilize Jupiter trine hours for compromise.
Jupiter trine hours.
Yeah, Thursday is ruled by Jupiter. And especially during Sagittarius or Pisces rising times on Thursday, the energy is naturally more expansive, optimistic, and conducive to understanding and compromise. It's like finding a window of opportunity.
Interesting, like a timed intervention.
Kind of. And for a tangible tool, maybe incorporate blue lace agate. This stone is known for its calming properties, especially for communication. It can help soothe that Mercury-Venus tension, encouraging more gentle communication and emotional flow between them.
A calming stone. Okay. And somatically.
And for a somatic fix, something silent but deeply connecting. Silent gardening together, hands and soil, no words needed.
Perfect for the Taurus child.
Exactly. It provides a shared grounding activity that honors the Taurus child's need for physical connection and quietude, while allowing the Gemini mom to be present without the pressure of constant verbal processing. It's about finding that common ground, quite literally in the earth.
That's brilliant. It's not about forcing one way of processing onto the other, but finding a third, harmonious way to connect. These are such practical, specific solutions offered by this deep dive. So as we look to the horizon, what does this all mean for the future? And how does this resonate in our modern world?
Yeah, looking ahead, we can even sort of forecast different potential scenarios for parents with, say, Saturn in the 4th house.
Okay, the structure, responsibility, maybe fear.
Right. In an optimized path, parents who consciously engage in things like ancestral altar work, maybe proactive therapy, they can really create secure attachment for their children because they're actively processing and integrating their inherited Saturnian patterns.
And the challenge.
Well, on a challenge path, denial of those ancestral wounds, pretending they don't exist, can unfortunately lead to recurring family patterns. It might even culminate in something like teen rebellion, especially during a challenging Pluto transit later on, as those hidden depths are inevitably forced into the light.
Birdo brings things up.
Always. And speaking of transits, there's a significant transit alert for 2026. Pluto moves into Aquarius.
Okay, big shift.
Big shift. For air sign IC families, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius ICs, This suggests a critical need for tech boundaries and maybe even digital detox rituals.
Why specifically tech?
Aquarius rules innovation, technology, but also detachment. Pluto entering Aquarius will push us all to transform our relationship with digital realms, especially within the home, the fourth house domain. We need to ensure technology doesn't create new forms of ancestral or familial disconnection.
That's a really crucial heads up for our digital age where family connection can so easily get diluted or, disconnected. How do these complex astrological ideas find their way into our broader cultural resonance? Where do we see this reflected, maybe in pop culture?
Oh, we see these dynamics reflected everywhere once you start looking for them. It's quite fun.
Like where?
A great pop metaphor for your fourth house journey is Disney's Encanto. Remember the casita?
Oh yeah, the magical house.
Exactly. The casita itself, its cracks, its magic, directly mirrored the family's emotional health and their ancestral burdens. Our own fourth house is like that 8. It reflects how our home environment and inherited patterns can crack under pressure, but those very cracks can also reveal profound magic and healing potential.
That's a fantastic comparison. Any real-life examples?
Well, for modern icons, maybe consider someone like Serena Williams. She has a Leo IC.
Leo, I see pride,
Yeah.
performance.
Right. She often presents as this powerful, sunshine parenting figure, very radiant. But her Leo IC also points potentially to a fierce, fixed sign ancestral pride. This might mean that strong family legacy, ancestral expectations needed to be navigated or consciously channeled in her own parenting journey. It could mask deeper, unaddressed pride or expectations from her lineage. It's about seeing the layers, the inherited narratives playing out beneath the surface.
That's such a relatable way to think about these deep astrological concepts, seeing them reflected in stories and people we recognize. And finally, you mentioned inclusive framing earlier. How do we ensure this wisdom is accessible and applicable to all caregivers, regardless of their family structure?
Yes, this is absolutely vital. It's crucial to acknowledge that caregivers with Moon IC aspects, whether they identify as mothers, fathers, non-binary parents, guardians, all inherit these emotional blueprints.
So it's not just about the traditional mother figure.
It's not. The principles of ancestral healing and conscious parenting apply to anyone in a primary caregiving role, period. Regardless of gender identity or traditional family structure, the Moon and the IC speak to our fundamental human need for security, belonging, emotional nourishment. And that's a universal experience. Our goal is always to provide insights that empower every individual on their unique healing journey, wherever they are in their family constellation, whatever that looks like for them.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. Really, it highlights the ongoing journey of healing and the importance of adapting these insights to our unique lives and families.
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your lineage's unspoken soil. Find those roots.
request your personalized audio ritual, Gaia's Cave, Parenting Past Kronos' Shadow,
And the link awaits you right in the description below. Check it out.
and explore the episode resources too. We've got Vedic Pitru Rin remedies, some Saturn-Neptune boundary scripts.
All constellations align in the description. Everything you need is there. Ignite your legacy. Till sacred ground. Become the healer.
Subscribe for more galactic harvests. We've got lots more coming.
Thank you so much for rooting with us today. And consider this, how even the smallest act of conscious parenting, that one moment of choosing a different response, can echo through generations, transforming the very foundation of your family's future.